I was always on sleepovers. I loved it, loved waking up in people's houses, seeing how different parents were and everything. And I was excited about that for my kids and them doing sleepovers. But it's different for me because my children are home educated, so they meet people all over the place. I'm not meeting people at the school gates. So, absolutely, I haven't met most of the parents that my children have got. I mean, Kiki doesn't really go to sleepovers, but certainly that Maddie went to. But
I mean, are you in contact with them? You know,
no.
How do you know she was actually where she said she was going to be?
Well, maybe I'm very foolish, but I do trust her. I do trust Maddie. I mean, she's very frightened of my child. Well, but the thing is, OK, so say I go to somebody's house in Brighton, because that was the last time she went to sleepover to Brighton. I go all the way to Brighton. I meet the parent. What am I going to get? What's she going to show me?
Do you have a chat on the phone or anything?
No. A text, but what am I going to... So I can meet her, but then am I going to say, OK, I need to meet your husband, then I need to know anyone that might pop round, then I would...
But what age
for
are we
talking about? We have to just try.
What age are we talking about? I know Maddie's 16 now, but what age are we talking about that...
Well,
I mean, would you be like that when she was, say, 10 or 11?
Oh, God, no. But I certainly stopped having to... And even when she was... I would say from about 13... I didn't have to have met them.
Right.
But I would have a text.
Right.
But nothing really since 13.
What about you, Jane? Well, again, it's the age. Primary school, so we kind of knew... I knew most of the parents because they were, you know, on the school run or whatever, so you'd know them, so you'd have people that you would be fine with. Now she's a bit older, she's 15. I'm more thinking about what I got up to when I was 15. I used to, you know, in the days before social media, you go, oh, yeah, Mum, I'm staying at whoever's house, and then you'd be somewhere completely different. So it's more about that, really.
Yeah.
And my 15-year-old's friends are much more sort of spread around. So even if I don't know the parents, what I do is I say, right, I need a number for her mother or father. And then what I do is I text and I go, just to make sure you know that Grace is coming, that she hasn't just invited herself. Because I'm really just checking that she is going to be where she says, but also that there's a responsible adult. Because I now know with Facebook and whatever, how parties get out of hand. And suddenly a load of strangers turn up.
But do you really think you achieve anything by saying, oh, hello, is it, yes, she's coming to the party? How much safer is your child then by doing that?
I guess for me, I mean, and I do want to know where she is, and I do want to know an address and a phone number, and I have had some very awkward meetings with parents that I have never met in my life, going, hello, and I'm basically looking at them and saying, I'm not sure if I trust you, and I want to speak to them for 5 minutes, and it is awkward, I have to say, but I suppose for me it's just sort of registering with these people that I'm present, I'm on this, you know, and, you know, if there's anything, I'm going to be standing here like this. No, so I don't suppose it does make any actual difference, but it makes me feel that I'm registering. You know?
Yeah, when I feel that if I even have Alistair's friends over to stay with us, I feel like I need to check in with their parents, you know, just making sure you know that your son's staying over tonight, you know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, if you know, then you've got my number if there's a problem, or if he's going over to someone's house, then I'll do the same thing. Or if he's going to a birthday party, I said, right, Alistair, I need to know whose birthday party, where it is, and if he sends me the invite and there's no RSVP, I said, I need that information, I need the parents. Why, don't embarrass me. I said, no. If something happens, if there's an accident and you've lost your phone or it's run out of battery and something happens to you, I need that parent to have my contact details. Yeah.
And also the other element of this now is, you know, meeting people online, you know, whether it is through social media. So, I mean, I think when you had a vague knowledge of their school friends, I mean, I know, obviously, your kids are home educated, but if you're in a school situation, you kind of knew the parents around. But, I mean, I know that Kiki's made friends online. You were saying that your son's made friends online?
Yeah, he was playing, like, gaming, like they all do, and they start playing with different friends
talk,
all over.
don't they, on that?
Yeah, and Alice has got a wide variety of friends from, like, probably 5 different schools. And he said, oh, I want to meet this kid. He sounds so much fun. I'm like, hang on a minute. How do you know it's a kid? It might be a 45-year-old man who's just pretend. You know, I went into that paranoid safety mum. And I said, give me the number. So we spoke to his person. I said, right, but I'm still not satisfied. We'll meet up. So we met in a local village. We met outside a coffee shop. And I was
God,
like,
how
okay,
embarrassing.
so but this is
I'd rather die.
But this is when he was. This was when he was 10.
Oh yeah,
so,
you'd have to.
And so we were like, oh thank God. She was just as relieved.
Yes,
we're both mums, and hello, lovely to meet you. And off they went for an hour, and I waited for them to return. And
What, you and the mum?
And the mum went off shopping with her daughter, and I waited, and they did as they were told. 1 hour later, they were back, which I trusted them again to then go out.
Yeah.
And it was just little steps, of trusting them.
It is funny, though, isn't it? Because, I mean, when I was that age, I mean, I'm saying that I'm always present and all the rest of it, I know this sounds like the old hokum thing, but I'd wave bye-bye to my mum in the summer holidays at 10 in the morning. I'll say, I'll be back for tea.
Yeah.
And I'd often go till 7 o'clock at night. Nobody had... Well, maybe she was hoping I would get lost, I don't know.
Yeah, is it you back again?
Alistair goes
with
out a lot.
sleepovers and hanging out and maybe I feel bad now.
I didn't really do sleepovers. I don't think it was really a thing in the days before electricity.
Not so much,
but I did exactly what you said. We had some local kind of park wood area, and we used to just go off for hours.
Believe me, your reputation.
Absolutely.